Hey guys, I'm Nikki Dinky. Welcome to my kitchen. So today I'm going to show you how to bread chicken. This is a very easy thing that a lot of people still aren't doing themselves. And if you love chicken tenders or chicken parm or even eggplant parm and all these things that require breading, this is a really good technique to learn. I remember when I first started cooking, I kept on seeing how to bread something and I'd watch it on TV and I'd see it in books and I thought, it looks really easy, but is it that easy? And I'm so happy to tell you that it's really that easy. So if you haven't breaded anything before, I can't say breaded. If you haven't breaded anything before, I want to show you how simple it is. So stick with me and let's go make some breaded chicken. Today, I am using a thin sliced chicken breast. I bread all different types of chicken and really all different types of things. I like the thin sliced breast because I like a good chicken to breading ratio, but you can use absolutely any cut that you like. So after I get this chicken out of the package, I am going to be putting him through 3 different stations. Number 1, I'm going to put a half a cup of flour on a plate. That is station number 1. Number 2, I am going to scramble this egg with about a tablespoon of water and put that either in a bowl or a shallow plate. And number 3, I'm going to be putting about 3 cups of my breadcrumbs in a plate, as that will be the last thing that we will be dipping our chicken into. Today I'm just using a regular store-bought breadcrumb mix. I make them myself a lot and keep them in the freezer, but I'm just going to use this today. Let me get these all in a plate. Do keep some extra on hand in case your chicken is thicker or thinner and you end up needing a little bit more than what I have shown here, but this is a really good start for about a pound of chicken. I'm going to get these in plates and I will be right back. So I have my 3 stations. I got my breadcrumbs, I got my flour, and I got my eggs. Now I want to show you really just the basic technique here. So we're not going to talk too much about really flavors or different things that you can do with this. But just so you know, there are a ton of options, especially when it comes to your breadcrumbs. You could add in seasonings and spices and cheeses and all sorts of good stuff in here and make a lot of different types of breaded chicken, or a lot of types of breaded chicken that can go with a lot of different types of dishes. However, no matter how simple we make things, we want to make sure that it has flavor, and the way to do that is definitely with some salt and pepper. So I'm going to take just a little sprinkle of salt and pepper, probably about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and an 1/8 teaspoon of pepper, and I'm going to mix that into each one of these little mixtures. With the breadcrumbs, I might put in a little extra salt and pepper, especially if you're using a plain breadcrumb like I am here. This is just going to make sure that we get some really good seasoning right on top of our chicken and really in everything that we're doing, which is really important when you're cooking. You want to season every layer. So let me get my salt and pepper in here, and then we'll start breading our chicken. We are officially well seasoned. Now it's a really simple idea. We are going to put our chicken first into our flour, which is going to stick to the chicken and kind of dry it out. It's also going to make sure that the surface of the chicken is a really nice place for the egg to stick to. So after we go from the flour, we get the excess off and we go right into the egg. Then the egg sticks to the flour. When we're done with that, we shake off the excess and we go into the breadcrumbs, and the breadcrumbs stick to the egg, creating a really nice coating that's not going anywhere. It's going to stay on there and really become part of the chicken, which is exactly what we're going for. Once you get it in the breadcrumbs, give it a minute to really, soak in there, give it some good pats down. Make sure that you're kind of forcing those breadcrumbs to really, stick to the chicken and get in all the nooks and crannies. So give it some good pats, flip it over a couple times, and make sure that it's really well coated. You see how easy that was? And that is a good coating. That coating is not going anywhere. And once you get this really basic technique down, like I said before, you can start adding in cheeses and seasonings. I've even had a breadcrumb and half breadcrumb, half pretzel mixture that I've put on my chicken. Delicious. What I'm gonna do with these guys is I'm gonna put them in the oven and I'm gonna bake them off. I'm looking for a little bit of a healthier chicken cutlet. And I love to freeze these. I find it's the perfect thing to have for a quick meal. So if I'm throwing together a salad, I can take one of these out of the freezer and suddenly I've got my protein. Or if you've got some veggies and stuff, this is a great thing to add to that. Also, my husband will eat these with some ketchup and be a happy camper. And when I'm exhausted at the end of the day, it's really nice to have something easy like this on hand for both him and me. Well, of course you can just put these in a pan. Of course you can just eat them on their own. There's a million things you can do with them, and hopefully you've learned how easy it is to make them. I'll see you guys next time. Remember, always have fun in the kitchen, and well, I'll see you then.